us begin. So, good evening, everybody. This evening, we are going to do a quick revision of Nagara from 2 weeks ago, and just this. And then we're going to introduce a new tense, kind of, not really a tense. It's a new thing, new grammatical thing that is not particularly useful, except you need to know about it, and it will help us to practice transitive and intransitive verbs in any case. So it's a bit like learning a very exotic kata that isn't practical at all, but it makes you do lots of kiriroshi. Sounds like our Sunday morning, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah. Okay. So, so Kasia, I think we might you might still have time to be able to hear the new subject, but if not, if you can catch up on YouTube, that'd be best, because it is quite a complex subject, difficult to explain fully using the slides. Right. So let's start off with a little bit of practice. Let's see. So I'll start off with David, because then I won't forget about him. So using the Nagara form, I would like you to say, I sang happy birthday while washing my hands. I sang happy birthday while washing my hands.
Washing.
So for washing hands and one more time, sorry?
Teo awanagara?
Arai. So the verb is arao, which is a group 1 verb.
Teo aranagara.
Arai nagara.
Arainagara.
Yeah.
Teo arainagara.
And then I sang happy birthday.
I don't know the word for sing.
Utao. I'm giving you lots of the ao type verbs. Utao.
Happy birthday or it's gone.
Utao.
Utata.
Yeah, in mass form.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear. So while washing my hands.
Teo arainagara. Happy birthday or araimashita.
That's how I washed happy birthday.
Utaimashita.
Utaimashita, good. Yes. Te o arainagara. Happy birthday o utaimashita. Good. Tom, how would you say while doing cutting? Actually, you heard that one this morning, didn't you? So let's do a different one. While studying French, I like to use a dictionary to check words that I don't know.
Okay.
Somebody has to get this one, Tom.
So while studying French is the main activities, Florence go o benkyou shinagara.
Very good.
And then difficult words was wakaranai kotoba.
Good. Wakaranai
kotoba. For different ga.
You're actually doing something with them, aren't you?
Yes. Then it would be okay. If I'm looking up in direction, so I would say ni or o.
So you actually need to use
here.
o. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm searching up in the dictionary. So jisho. So wakanai kotaba o jisho. Using that.
So what would be the particle to use? Hi, Andre. What would be the particle to use something by way of something?
De. Jisho de. By way of jisho de.
Yeah.
So I got wakanai kotoba o jisho ni chekus de by means of check jisho de. And then looking up, so I think cheku suru is the best.
Check suru is fine. Yeah.
Check shimashita.
Good. Yes. Check shimashita. So
difficult to start with.
Yeah. Luke, go ahead.
Yeah, using a dictionary, jisho hiku.
One time.
Hiku.
Hiku.
Hiku. Don't you pull pull something out of a dictionary? No.
I think in this case, because you're just using a dictionary in order to serve something else, we just say by way of the dictionary. So jisho de, and then we can say the thing we're actually doing. Because the actual verb we're doing is checking for words that you don't know, and you're just saying by way of the dictionary. So Tom, can you do that again one more time?
Yeah.
Please?
Furansu go o benkyo shinagara.
Yeah.
Then it's better to start immediately with jisho de.
Good.
Wakanai kotoba o chekku shimashita.
Shimashita. Good. Okay. So I can see pained look on Kim's face. So I'm going to put this up on the screen so that you can see it all. So furansu.
One more time. Oh.
Yes, please. Please.
Furansu go o benkyo shinagara.
Yes.
Jisho de.
Jisho de.
Wakaranai kotoba.
Good.
O.
Wakaranai kotoba. O.
Chekku shimashita.
Shimashita. Good. Okay. Excellent. So, Kim, do you remember on Sunday we did this way of changing a noun by putting a plain form in front of it? This is what this is basically. We're putting the plain form of the verb, which is wakaranai. Wakaranai. So I don't understand. In this, so it's negative in its plain form. You put it before the noun, and it turns. So, for example, kotoba, which means words. This means we have a subclause. I don't understand. Going before words. So this means words that I don't understand. So this becomes almost an adjective. It's a modifier, this part here, for the noun, which is here. Yeah. Is that okay?
Right.
Cool. Okay. Right.
And maybe for Luke, Andy, a small tip. The reason I knew it was not a second O was because it can only be one subject in my subclause, in my sentence. That's why also I knew it was not, it was de for jisho.
Ah, right, exactly, yes.
Because I can only have one subject for my one verb.
Or object marker. Yeah.
Object marker, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Okay. Kim. I listened. No, let's do something fun. Let's drink beer while we talk about dental surgery. Let's drink beer while we talk about dental surgery. As we're getting to complicated ones, we'll perhaps put these on the screen, shall we? Okay, so you probably need some vocabulary here, I expect, don't you? Yeah, you're not, I can't hear you, by the way, Kim, you're still muted.
Like this? That's better.
That's better. Yeah.
So dental surgery. Oh.
Okay, so let's introduce some new vocabulary. Ha is tooth, and I means medicine, and then surgery is shujutsu. Shujutsu. Is it a long U or is it a short U? Andre or Jock?
Two long U's.
Both are short.
Shujutsu.
Thank you.
That's what my dictionary says anyway.
Great, thank you. So this means
and another one, another long U after the J.
Ah, shujutsu?
That's what my dictionary says.
Really? Just a second. No, it's neither actually. You might need to scribble over your dictionary.
Yeah. Sorry. It's short use. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's okay. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So I combine them.
yeah, so it becomes hai shujutsu.
Hai jujutsu. And not jujutsu no ha.
No. Well, if you said this, it would be understood.
Okay.
That means surgery of the teeth rather than dental surgery.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hai shujutsu or no. Hanashi nagara.
Good. Hanashi nagara.
Biro nomimasu.
Let's.
Let's drink beer. Biru o nomitai.
That means I want to. That's I want to. How would you say let's? What's the version?
Nomimasho.
Nomimasho.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn it.
Good. That's all right. So this would be utterly understood. To be slightly more correct, if you're saying we're going to talk about dental surgery, this about is like a way of saying with regards to, isn't it? Let's talk about the subject of dental surgery. Yeah. The way to say this in Japanese is you have any noun or subject you like. Noun. And then we put after it ni tsuite. Ni tsuite. This means regarding or with relation to. Yeah. So we can say hai jutsu. Sorry, that should be hai shujutsu. My mistake. Hai shujutsu ni tsuite.
Hanashi.
Yeah.
Biru
You-
o nomimasho.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. I should need sweet there. Sweet there or hanashi. I don't think we need no or there though. I should just need sweet there hanashi nagara. I should just need sweet there or. I'm not sure
Too much O.
I just don't. I mean, it would be fine to have it here because this is two clauses. You can have an or here and an or here because they're two separate clauses. But I'm not sure that you actually put or after sweet there. I can't remember. You sweet then. Well, no, maybe you do. You do. Yeah. Okay. Good. Right. Let's see. Luke. I'm going to take off all this stuff, guys. Does everybody need a bit of time to write it down? Okay. Luke, how about? Oh yeah, we can do one from this one. This one. I had to put this one in this morning because there were so many Greek people. I knew they wouldn't understand what I was saying unless I made some kind of a Greek cultural reference. So, while battling the Kraken, I ate my lamb kebab.
So it Kraken is the Greek cultural thing.
Yes, it is. It's from Greek mythology. It's true. Watch Clash of the Titans.
I must have missed that one. Battling.
So you can use fighting. I think is fine. Do you know this verb?
No.
Oh, this is very useful actually.
It's
you
like war.
Sensor suru you can use, but to actually have a fight, this is tatakao. Tatakao.
But it's the same kanji.
Yeah, as sensor, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Tatakai. Kraken o tatakai. Tatakanagaira.
Yeah. Kuraken. So battling with. You have kuraken, not
to.
de, but to. Yeah, exactly. Kuraken to.
Tatakanagara.
Sorry, one more time, Luke.
Tatakanagara.
Nearly. If we turn this into the mass form, tatakao, what do we get?
Tatakai.
Tatakai. Mass. So this has to be also tatakai nagara.
Kai nagara. Kraken to. から、ランプケバップを、食べました。
Very good. Yeah. クラックンと戦いながらラムケバブを食べました。Excellent.
Sensei,
Kasha.
to be correct,
Yeah.
to be correct, in my sentences, it must be hanashi nagara and not hanashi gara.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. Thank you. Well done. Hanashi Nagara. Well done. Well spotted, Kim. You get an extra point. So far, your target is to reach 5 billion points by the end of this year. You now have 4. And when you
4 billion?
4 billion points is the target for this year. If you get 4 billion points, you get a little scratch card to say, I got 4 billion points. You can write on it. Yeah. Okay, Kasha. How would you say, let's find a funny one as well. Oh yeah, this is an interesting one coming up somewhere. Andre, get excited. We got there he is. We got a Rieko and Kenji extract coming up. Exciting, isn't it? While shopping, Kenji thought about Rieko's strange earlobes.
What are earlobes?
Earlobes, they're these little things that I don't have any of. These little bits here, where you have a piercing. In Japanese, this is called mimike, I think. Hang on, earlobe. Mimitabu or jida. Mimitabu or jida. Either is fine.
買い物しながら。
買い物をながら。
ケンジは。
いや。
リエコのお菓子耳たぶについて考えました。
Very good. ついて考えました。Actually, I think on that basis, that sounded really right. I think maybe we don't have an or there. 考えました。ついて考えました。Really good. Okay, well done. 買い物をしながら、ケンジはリエコのお菓子耳たぶについて。No, now it sounds like we should have or 考えました。We should have or. Sorry. I'll be consistent one day. I'm not always inconsistent. I should have. Cool. Good. Well done. I think I've run out of fun ones. Joel. Oh. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to clear the screen. I often listen to Inside Look podcast while driving my car.
運転しながら。
Good.
I forgot how to say often.
よく。
よく Inside Look podcast を聞きます。
聞きます。Excellent. Well done. And Jock, how about let's converse slowly while we drink coffee. Let's converse slowly while we drink coffee.
コーヒーを飲みながら。
Yeah.
ゆっくり話しましょ
う。話しましょう。Yeah. And then for some of the pedants amongst us, we can say ゆっくり話しましょう to be really pedantic about it. To make this into an adverb, we should have ゆっくりと話しましょう. Because it's an onomatopoeic term, apparently. Yeah. Cool. Andre. Something suitably. We did that, didn't we? Yeah, we did that. Let's do this one. I spoke to my friend on the phone while doing the washing up. I spoke to my friend on the phone while doing the washing up.
How do we say washing up?
So arau is of course normally for using for wash. For washing up, this is sara arau. Sara arau, dishwashing.
Sara arau.
Yeah.
Sara arai nagara.
Arai nagara. Yeah, good.
電話で
Good.
友達と
Good.
話しました。
Very good. Exactly. 話しました。Excellent. 皿洗いながら電話で友達と話しました。Excellent. Well done. Cool. Any questions, guys? What picked up everybody? Yes. Luke, go ahead.
If you would say in the previous, oh, sorry. No, I'm not mute. The コーヒーを飲みながらゆっくり Do you change the meaning of the sentence if you would put ni instead of to?
ゆっくりにしてください。ゆっくりと。
In a slow manner?
ゆっくりに話しましょう。ゆっくりと話しましょう。To be honest, I think because this is an onomatopoeic language, it's not particularly strict about what the adverbial particle is. I think if you said ni, you would be understood. It doesn't really change the nature of the sentence, I don't think. ゆっくりにしてください。ゆっくりと話してください。
Andy, is it yukuri or yukuri?
Sorry, it's double K, isn't it? ゆっくり。ゆっくりと話しましょう。Look, I don't think it really matters too much, actually. You can either have ゆっくり by itself, ゆっくりと, or ゆっくりに, ゆっくりに. I've heard ゆっくりと often, but ゆっくりに not so much, but it would be understood. Yeah, I would stick with ゆっくりと, because this is definitely used. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Any questions, guys? Anything else? Great. Before Kasia goes, we can do the next subject then. Okay.
John Wyndham, Day of the Kraken Wakes. That's it. I've remembered it.
Have you been sitting there all that time trying to remember the book?
Yeah. The Kraken Wakes.
Sure, it's not the Kraken Awakens. It's not the Kraken Awakens.
No, it's Kraken Wakes by John Wyndham. We did Day of the Triffids.
Triffids, yeah, and the Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? No. Oh, maybe not.
The Village of the Damned.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, today, guys, we're going to talk about something called state continuation. Not terribly useful unless you need to use it, but it will help us to practice transitive and intransitive verbs anyway. So, right, so we all know how to use the present continuous tense and what this means. For example, if I say, before I explain it on the board, if I say I'm doing something right now, this refers to a period of time that I'm doing something for. So it's a continuous period of doing something. Ima anata tachi to hanashite imasu. Now I am talking to you. But I can also take this present continuous tense and put it into the past and talk about a period of time that happened in the past where I was doing something for a duration. So for example, I could say yesterday at midday, I was being arrested by the police. Okay, So it's talking about a duration of time that something was happening, rather than a moment of time. So sushi o tabemashita means I ate sushi. It just talks about a moment. But sushi o tabete imashita means during that period of time, I was eating sushi. Okay. The way we make it, we can use any verb, transitive or intransitive, it doesn't matter. Put it into the te form and add imas to form this. Okay, everybody's happy with this, right? For example, pasta o tabete imasu, te imasu. Okay, and we can use this for explaining what other people or other animals, other animate objects are doing as well. Okay, inu ga, I can't remember what barking is, wan shite imasu or something, whatever it is to mean barking. But what about the state of objects? What about if objects are in a particular state? For example, if I say the door is closed, how do I explain the door is closed? Well, there's some other examples as well. The light is switched off, the car was stopped. One way to do it is to use the passive tense, as we've done before. We can say that something was done to something by somebody. For example, this first one, the door is closed. I could say, doa ga Mike-san ni shimeraremashita. So I have to take this long route around to make the passive form of the verb, which is shimeru. This is the transitive verb, to close, for somebody to close something. And I've got to change all the sentence around as well to make it into the passive form of the sentence. Same thing with the light is switched off. Denki ga, that's the light. Tobe-san ni kesaremashita. So that comes from the verb kesu, to extinguish something. Again, I've got to change the verb into the passive form and change the sentence. Same thing with car. Kuruma ga Hana-san ni tomeraremashita, from the verb tomeru. So this is quite a long way of explaining something. And you've got to suggest there's an agency to do this as well. So it's forcing a passive term and all of the baggage into what is quite a simple sentence. The door is closed. That's all I want to say. I don't want to say the door has been closed by something. That's a really long way to say it. So what we can use instead of the passive form is this form called state continuation. State continuation. But before we do that, let's just be sure to understand a few things, because these are important. We need to understand firstly exactly what a transitive verb is. Okay, so this is when you are doing something with or to something else. Okay? So usually there might be an object stated in the sentence. So for example, sushi o tabemasu. So here, tabemasu must be a transitive verb because I can put an object in the sentence like sushi and I can mark it with o. Doesn't necessarily mean that I can't make a sentence without mentioning the object, but the fact that I can put an object with that verb means it is a transitive verb. It's when you do something to an external or with an external body, external object. So as an example, sushi o tabemasu, tori o mimasu, looking, terebi o mimasu, tomodachi to hanashimasu. These are all transitive verbs. With an intransitive verb, this is where you're doing something basically with your own body, to yourself, as it were. So, for example, ikimasu, to go, kimasu, to come, kaerimasu, to go home, nemasu, to sleep, imasu, to be. These are all intransitive verbs. You cannot put an object with those verbs. You can say, I'm sleeping with somebody, but that's not the same meaning as just sleeping. That means something completely different, of course. Is that okay, guys?
Does it? Oh, how to oneself, itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you'd like to make if you're making notes, guys, let me also help you to develop Japanese grammar. The word for transitive verb is called tadoshi. Tadoshi. Tadoushi. Tadoushi. And intransitive verbs are jidoshi. In fact, this is quite a good point to make because this will help us to understand the meaning of these as well. In a second. Tadoshi. So don't worry too much about the kanji too much, but this doshi just means verb, these two characters here. This means outside or other. Means there must be an external thing to do it with. Jidoshi, in contrast, again, we've got the word doshi, meaning verb, and ji means oneself or itself. Yeah.
Is that the same ji as in jibun?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly this. Any questions so far, guys? This is still fairly much revision.
Okay.
All good? Right, so the definition of a state continuation, this subject we're doing today, is, for example, something te imasu, te iru, describes a current ongoing action. For example, so this is just a present continuous tense. Ima boku ga terebi o mite imasu. But te arimasu, te aru, can be used to describe a remaining result or state. So the main action might have already happened, but the result of it, the changing of state into something else, still remains. This will become a bit clearer when we actually look at some examples. So for example, a door can be opened or closed. Say for example, it's open. If I go along and close it, the act of closing it is easy to describe. Doa o shimemashita. But once it's closed, if I use te arimashita, this means nothing to do with me. After the events happened, the state is described by te aru. So let me give an example. This will help to make it a bit easier. The door is closed. Okay? This is the English word I'm trying to say. The door is closed, just this. I could say, start off by constructing this by saying, Tanaka-san closed the door. Okay? Tanaka-san ga doa o shimemashita. But after this event, once this has happened, we would change it from including Tanaka-san. So we don't know about Tanaka-san anymore. Tanaka-san has gone. We never even saw him. I would just say, doa ga shimete arimasu. So I've taken the transitive verb from the original action, shimemashita, put it into the te form, and put arimasu at the end. And you can see that I've changed the subject from Tanaka-san, changed it to the door. Now I'm only talking about the door. Door has been closed. The door has been closed, inferring that somebody has closed the door. I don't need to mention them. I don't even know who they are. The door has been closed. So we take the transitive verb, the te form, and add arimasu. Is this okay so far, guys? This is one part of the state continuation. Okay, but what if something like the wind or a ghost or something unidentified closed the door, where in fact there's no indication the door was closed by somebody? Maybe the door closed itself. Maybe it was always closed. Maybe it was built and designed to be closed. Well, then I can't infer that the door has been closed by somebody, or just say the door has been closed. Now I just want to say the door is closed. So in this case, I might say, for example, if I just talk about the event that happened, the door closing, doa ga shimarimashita. So this is now the intransitive verb, shimarimashita. It did it itself. Okay? Doa ga shimarimashita, like it did it itself. But the state continuation, or the continuation of the state, would therefore be doa ga shimatte, so that's shimaru, the intransitive verb in the te form, and imasu. So imasu means itself. So to make this, we must take the intransitive verb in the te form and ad imas. Let me pause there for a second if you want to make any notes. Is that okay so far, guys? Everybody reasonably happy?
Bit longer to write, please.
Sure, yeah, there's going to be some summary notes at the end, actually, which might be easier to make, actually. Luke, is there anything in particular that's confusing at the moment?
Well, the transitive and the intransitive form of closing, shimeru.
So shimeru is the transitive verb, and shimaru is the intransitive verb.
This is something you can know, or you have to. There is a way of doing making these.
It's like déjà vu, isn't it, Tom?
I didn't.
No, it's okay. We had the same question. No, we had the same question this morning. I will explain it. It's the bad news is that you just have to learn them all. But I'm going to coach you in how to find how to do this in a really easy way. So I'll come on to it, Luke. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So to summarize, in both ways of doing this, in both the transitive and intransitive state continuation, we're marking the door as the subject. We don't mark the person. We just talk about the object. We don't care about the person who did it, or if there was a person at all. So the verb, the transitive verb, in the te form plus aru, means the door has been closed with the inference that somebody has done it, or an external thing has done it. And the verb in the intransitive form, te iru, is the door is closed. This infers that the thing did it by itself. Okay, not been intentionally closed by somebody. The door is simply just closed. The door has closed itself. Why should we have these two different forms of doing this? Grammatically, it doesn't really make too much difference, really. The meaning is almost the same. It's just that you might want to say, oh, somebody switched off the light, in comparison with, the light is off. You can hear that there might be scenarios where you would need to make a difference between, somebody switched off the light, and, the light is off. So it's only an inferring a slight difference, which is important.
So in the first case, you can blame someone.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not just saying it's happened. You're saying, somebody has done it. Yeah. The light has been switched off rather than the light is on. Right. This is now the most useful part of this lesson, guys. This is how to remember how to form these sentences. You ready? Okay, if you can look at the screen for a sec. Right, because this will make everything much, much easier. How to know whether to make imas or arimas. If it's an intransitive verb, the first vowel being an I, then you use imas, i.e. done by itself, lots of I's. Intransitive, imas, itself. Okay? The other version is, look at the first vowel of this word, transitive verb. It's a. Arimas, done by another agency. Okay? Intransitive, imas, itself. Transitive, arimas, another. Right, I'm going to leave you for 30 seconds to grab a glass of water and give you time to make any notes you want.
Well, while Andy's away, this is Memnock. Say hi.
Oh my God.
It's a real one.
Yeah, this is. Ah!
It's gonna kill you.
The video works.
That was sneaky. Ooh, hello.
You're friends with Voldemort, or
You might be friends with Harry Potter. You don't know.
I got the video working. Hello.
Oh, well done. Well done. Good, good, good.
It might cut out.
Okay.
it's
Right,
gonna
any
get
questions?
bigger? Or sorry, we're stuck.
No,
David.
go ahead. That's all right. Go ahead. Go
Is
ahead.
the snake gonna get bigger, or is it an adult snake?
Oh no, he's full grown. This is Memnock.
He's just shed, hasn't he, David?
Yeah, he's come out beautiful rust red.
Oh,
Oh, goodness.
saves having
So we
a,
can-
a. Sorry, Andre. Go ahead.
So we can say デイビーさんの首が
締められました。
締めてあります。
締めてあります。Exactly. Exactly.
David, did you use that to plug in your video? No.
No, it's a draft excluder. It goes by the door to stop drafts coming in.
Ah. They're cold-blooded anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hi, Taya. You're still connecting to audio. Hi, Taya.
Hi, Taya.
Hello. Right, so that's state continuation, guys. Any questions? No? Right, good night.
What's next continuation?
I just have one question, Andy.
Sure, go ahead.
I think we did it this morning, but I don't remember. If you want to say the door is closing, so in the present continuous tense, then we always use ilu, even if it's an inanimate object.
Yes, you do. You do. So, who's blowing their into the speaker? Okay, yeah. So if you want to say, for example, the shop is closed, then you can say door ga shimatte imasu. Yeah, not shimete arimasu.
So the arimasu is only for the state continuation, and in all other cases, then we use the imasu of the present continuous tense.
Yes, yeah, because it is just then the continuous tense in that case. Okay, Taya, you've unfortunately just missed one of the most complex explanations on Japanese grammar we've ever had. Can you screen grab a second? You on your laptop? Taya, can you screen grab for this page for a sec?
Sorry, I messed it up somehow. ちょっと待って。
いいですよ。
Where I can see your screen.
Can you not see the slide? Taya, can you see this slide?
I'm trying.
Let me stop sharing and reshare. Hang on a second. Sometimes if I reshare it, it comes back again.
Sometimes it just goes into gallery view and I can't.
Yeah, that's right. How about now?
Yes.
Cool. Just take a screen grab a sec.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so Taya, the most important bit of these last two lines actually, this bit and this bit. Okay, from this we can actually do some exercise. Right, Luke, let me now explain. Sorry, does anybody else still need the slide up for a second, or are you okay? All right, let's look at an example. Right, so guys, the first thing I need to advise you to do, if you don't already have it, maybe you can do it after the lesson, is make sure that you have either a mobile phone or a tablet which has got AEDICT Japanese installed on it. It's a free app, and it's the perfect dictionary for, well, it's the dictionary app that I use, so I can talk you through it if you have it on your phone. Does anybody have it already? Does everybody have it already? No. Okay, install it, guys. In fact, what time is it now? 6:48. Why don't you take a few minutes to just install this on your devices? It's exactly what you need.
Do it now.
If you don't mind. Taya, while that's going on, you want a quick crash course in state continuation?
Excuse me, is there a number behind it?
Try to
Edict 3?
Sure.
I'm not sure. Are you using Apple Mac or iPhone or
No, just
Android?
Android.
Just have a quick look. Hang on a second. I think it's a free app, and then there's a paid one. Edict. I think it's Edict.
Edict 3. There's a number behind it. Okay.
Yeah, Edict 3. That's the one.
Or at least in Belgium, because the Play Store is not always the same, depending on the country.
Yeah, especially since we've now Brexited, it might all change.
Okay.
We're not even the same with the Dutch people, so no problem.
I will
I'll get
use
it
the break
here in my
now.
App Store.
Okay, Kasia, good to see you.
Thank you a lot. I will finish by watching it later. Thank you.
Excellent. Okie dokie. Take care. Ciao, ciao.
Sorry, there are many.
I actually can get the app on my App Store.
Are you on Android or?
I know I'm on iPhone, but it doesn't seem to be.
I'm pretty sure it is on. It is available on iPhone, but I don't have one with me. So
I have a GEDICT.
No.
Nope.
If not, Joel, just install that one because you might find that the way to use it is the same anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, Taya, go ahead.
So is it this Edict 3?
It is, yeah. Okay. Exactly, that's the one.
It's not free.
Is it not? There is a free one as well, though. Hang on.
I think so. Thanks for buying, it says.
Oh, well, to be honest, it's worth buying the free one. It's only like €1, I think.
Do you have Android Look?
Yeah.
Then it should be free.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I have the free version of the Play Store.
Yeah, there's Marianne.
There's a dictionary and there's a educational app, and the educational app is a Edict Reader pop-up, but that's.
No, you don't need this.
Yeah,
you just need a Japanese dictionary. Yeah.
Edict.
I can't find the App Store even.
Thanks, Andre. Jog, can you see me at the moment?
No. Oh yes, there you are.
It's a symbol that looks like. Just a second. That one. It's like a blue and red arrow.
Okay.
Bit difficult to see.
Have a look.
It's actually a triangle, to be honest, with different colours in it. Are you using an Android or an iPhone, Joe?
Android, I think.
Yeah.
No, I can't find it. Okay. Yeah, it's like 3 sticks in a triangle. No, that's not right.
That sounds like you've joined the Illuminati.
Yeah.
It should be called Play Store. Play Store.
Yes. Do we need this for the rest of the lesson? Or
not necessarily. We can do it. We can do it at another time. But a really quick way, Joe, because if you wipe your screen down, it should bring up a search box at the top. You type in there, type in Play Store, and it should come up pretty quickly.
Okay, got that. Play Store, yes.
Yeah, click on there.
Yep. And then
tell me your bank account details and your PIN.
Yes, no, I've already given them to a lady in Nigeria. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, what do I do? Search?
Ja, Kim?
Google Play.
Ja, dat is de juiste. Waarschijnlijk zal die ook vragen voor iets te installeren van toelating voor de Japanse schrijfwijze en de voice te kunnen gebruiken, want je kan er ook tegen spreken. Maar dat hoeft in theorie niet al.
kunt tegen alles spreken, hè, Tom.
Een dictionary moeten downloaden, precies.
Ja, but this is a dictionary. It's a dictionary.
You okay, Jock? Any good?
No, not there yet. No.
Okay.
Google Play Store. Come on. Search Adict.
Okay. While you're doing that, Taya, I'm going to be quick. Is that okay? But you're smart. If you want to say the door is closed or the door has been closed, if we want to talk about the state of something rather than the act of doing it, we've got two ways of doing it. If you want to say the door has been closed, which infers that somebody has done it, you make the door the subject, use the transitive verb, and then put arimas afterwards. If you don't want to infer that somebody's done it, like the door has closed itself, maybe it has an automatic mechanical door closer on it. If you just want to say the door is closed, then we make the intransitive verb. Excuse me a second. We use the intransitive verb and we put imas after it. Okay, so the way that these work is if it's transitive verb plus arimas, it's the door has been closed, inferring that somebody did it. Or if you put the intransitive verb and then plus imas, it just means the door is closed. Really good way to remember which one to use for which type. If you look at the word intransitive verb, first vowel is an I, so that means it must be imas, which means done by itself. If you look at the word transitive verb, first vowel is an A, means arimas, which means done by another agency. That is basically what we've been talking about for the last half an hour, which I just did in 2 minutes. Pretty good, huh? Sorry, Tay, you're really quiet. You're not muted, but your voice is really quiet.
Andy?
Say something. Yeah. Go ahead,
on
Tom.
the website of Adict, it says it's only on Google Play, Amazon, and Underground, so I don't think it's in the Apple Store. So you can go to aedict.eu, and there you can also download it if necessary later on.
It used to be, but I think Adict 3, which is the new one, isn't on the Apple Store anymore.
Okay, so Andre just sent the link to it, Joel, if you want to follow that.
Die kan je ook in één keer doen.
Okay.
Okay, Jock, how are you getting on? Any joy?
No, not at all.
Okay, we'll do it afterwards. To be honest, I think you probably have got enough Japanese vocabulary to be able to do a lot of these yourself anyway. Right, so right, let's carry on.
Moet maar wel focus.
Luke, to answer your question, I did post something today on the Facebook group, which was an extract from a website about transitive and intransitive verbs. It's probably a good idea to have a look at that. In general, you have to learn both types of verb. They sometimes sound fairly similar, and there is a little bit of a tendency for the intransitive verb to be from group 2, I think, and the transitive verb to be from group 1. But that's not a rule that you can rely upon. There are lots of exceptions. But if you ever look on that link that I posted up, there's a really good website to look at. But other than that, we have to just learn them. Now, one way to do it is if you've got Adict on your phones now, if you know one of the verb types, if you know either the transitive or the intransitive, then you can use Adict to help you. So if you open Adict now, and let's do shimeru to close. So type in shimeru.
Shimeru. To close, to shut, to tie,
yeah,
to fasten.
So do the upper one, because the next one down means like a belt or a garrote. Okay, and it then gives you, if you click on it, it gives you the full page on shimeru. It's only a little bit. It just says to close or to shut. if you then click on, you see at the top, there's a rolling menu bar, which has got kanji on it.
Yeah.
At the top of the page. Click on kanji.
Kanji-dik. Yeah. Okay.
And then it gives you the kunyomi about halfway down the entry. It says tojiru, tozasu, shimeru, shimaru. Can you see that?
Searching shimeru. So I can search in a dictionary, kanji-dik examples.
No, you should be on this page here. Just a second. Is this the page you're on? I don't know. You guys get yourself in trouble sometimes. One more time. Let's put shimeru into the search dictionary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Search dictionary. Yes.
And then you've got a lot of options. Yeah. Look at the screen a second, Luke. Look at the screen. So it's the top one I go for. Just click on that one.
Wait a
Okay.
Okay. There you are.
Yeah. Okay. So just press the top one there, and it gives you this page.
You're gone. No.
Luke, can you get one of your grandchildren around to show you how to use the computer?
Exit full screen. No, but I can't see you. It's your voice.
Go onto gallery view and then pin me. I'm the one with the screen up at the screen.
Come on.
Maybe it's easier if Luke shows us his screen.
Could be. Yeah, show me your screen, Luke.
I can't see
That's
myself.
better. Yeah, good. That's brilliant. You got it. Yeah, it's 1 minute past 8. Excellent. Oh my God, this is like teaching my parents how to use the video recorder all over again. I had to do this for like 30 years. What the hell are you on? Is that the setup page?
No, is that double left click or double right click?
Oh, I see what you said. Okay, so about halfway down the page, Luke.
Yeah.
You've got this.
I don't see.
You've got shimeru. Thanks, Kim. You've got shimeru as an option. The first one, about halfway down the page.
Yeah. Shimeru. Yes.
Yep. Click on that.
Dictionary.
And then you should have this. Can you see this?
No, I can't see you because you are. I get your.
There is
voice.
a second one of Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the second Andy I get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shimeru, come too close to shot.
You have to be able to read kanji, no?
No.
You can
it's all
read
in English.
With the 3 dots, you can also change between hiragana and romaji if you prefer the romaji.
Okay, Luke, you got it.
Yes.
Right, Luke, you got it. Right, okay.
Yeah.
So Luke, now look back at your screen. In the center upper, there's the word kanji in English. Kanji.
In video. Yeah. Kanji.
Click on that. Press that. And now you should have that. Excellent. Okay. Now look about 1/3 of the way down. There is a heading kunyomi.
Kunyomi. Yeah, Chinese.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's got tojiru,
Hey.
tozasu, shimeru, shimaru.
Shimaru.
Tateru. Yeah.
Tateru.
So if we started off by saying shimeru, and this has now told you what the other readings are. So shimaru will almost, one that sounds like the one you've looked at, will almost certainly be the other reading.
Yeah, the intransitive.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, go back one page.
Yes.
Actually, sorry, go back to do a search. Do a search a second and type in akeru. Akeru.
Open.
Yes. Akeru. Now, the first result you get back,
Akeru, yes.
Akeru, yeah. If you look underneath the kanjis, that list of kanjis, it says in brackets P, V1, VT.
To open a door.
Yep. If you see the P, V1, VT, VT means transitive, verb transitive.
Ah.
Yeah. And then if you press it, again, you get the main page of it. Press kanji, and it then tells you all the different readings of this character. Hiraku, hiraki, hiraki, hirakeru, aku, and akeru. We searched for, can you see this, everybody? We searched for akeru. Aku must therefore be the intransitive reading of this character.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to go back and manually put that in. Type in aku,
Hiraki.
and you get the intransitive reading.
Bira, biraki.
Yeah, hiraku means something slightly similar but slightly different. Don't worry too much about that for now. It's akeru and aku are the intransitive and transitive verbs.
Stroke order as well.
Andy?
Sky.
Yeah.
Strange thing with this, if you have this thing in Kana view as opposed to English view, and look, you see a hiraku. It's got hira dot ku, and then the comma, and then the next one. What does that dot mean?
So hira is the stem of the verb, and ku is the changing suffix.
Oh, I'd separate. Oh, thank you very much. That's really handy.
Oh.
You all right, Joe?
No, it keeps asking me for my password. So I can't, I've got it installed, but I can't open it.
Asking for your password? Your telephone password?
No. No. My Google password.
Ah. Really?
I can't remember it.
Probably not logged in to use the store, maybe. Use the store, he will need a Google account, I think.
Yeah.
I do that. I do have one.
You probably, as Tom said, though, you probably logged in on it, though.
No.
I'll tell you, Joel, we'll do it tomorrow if you like. We'll have a call tomorrow and we'll do it.
Okay, thanks. I'll try and sort it during the evening anyway.
Sure.
No, this is wasting everyone's time now.
That's all right. We'll just coach everybody on how to use the dictionary anyway. Right, let's do some exercises, guys. Are you all now black belts in how to use AEDICT? Green belts? White belts?
I'm wearing suspenders.
Look, guys, the one really good thing that you can do for half an hour after this lesson, if you like, is sit down and play with AEDICT. Just play with it. Just chuck stuff in and play with it. It's got so much functionality. I'm kind of surprised you haven't already got it on your phones, because this is a massively useful tool for studying Japanese with.
I put it on the phone, but I don't have the phone here.
Right, let's try something. Tom, start with you. Did you start this morning, actually, Tom? Were you the first one?
No, I was not the first one.
Cool. Okay, in that case then. Right, guys, I'm going to give you, I'll put this list on the screen, actually. I'm not going to tell you the sentence. I'm just going to put the list of objects and verbs. And then I'm going to ask you to make the transitive verb and the transitive sentence and the intransitive sentence. Okay. So, Tom, to start with then. So, window and open.
So for the transitive, I would say
transitive, shall we? Yeah, okay.
The window has been opened.
Good, exactly. So let me write this actually. The window has been.
Was opened. I think that means the same. Has been opened is better because it's
yeah. I mean, whatever works in English to kind of get across the fact that somebody has opened the window. Yeah. So what would you say, Tom?
Then I would say Mado ga.
Mado ga.
To open is akeru, so akete. It's not arimasu.
Arimasu, right? So
arimasu,
transitive.
Arimasu.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Arimasu.
transitive. So the first letter is a in transitive. So it's arimasu. Good. And then the intransitive, so this would mean the window is opened. The window is open, even.
Yes, the window is opened. And then, do I first let the other people search up the verb? Because I already know it from this morning.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah. So everybody, if you can look up akeru and then find the intransitive version of akeru. You might already have done it actually, because we just did akeru. First one to give me the answer gets a point on their 3 billion target point tracking system.
Aku.
Aku, good. Aku. Okay, Tom.
So then it would be Mado ga aite imasu.
Imasu, excellent.
With
How
one hand,
do, one question, how do we know it is aku? Because there are so many words.
Do any of the other ones look like akeru?
No.
No, there's your answer.
Okay, so must look like, but not be exactly that one.
Exactly, yeah. They almost certainly would be very similar. The first, at least the first letter will be the same.
Okay.
But I mean, this is only to help you. You basically have to learn all of these. This is the learning load of Japanese, and all the vocabulary is you've got to learn the verbs. Good, okay. Kim, light and switched off. So if we start with T, so this would be the light has been switched off. Now, shall I give you the transitive verb to begin with? Kim, you're muted.
I'm going to try something.
Okay, good.
Light. Is hikari the light?
No, it's denki in this case. Are you looking on AE Dict at the moment?
Yes, yes.
Just look for, let's see if switched is in there.
If Kim does put light, denki is in and it's frequent, but he has to scroll down first.
Okay.
But I was looking for light.
If it's a lamp, this is denki. If it's light from the sun, the actual radiation itself, no, it's not. That is hikari. That's hikari.
Hikari, yes, that's one of the first. But that's by the sun.
Yeah, denki is electric light.
Denki. So denki ga. No results.
Second.
Put in switch off, then you get the right result.
Huh. There you go.
Switch off. Kesu.
Good. Kesu actually is the transitive verb.
Transitive verb?
Which is the one we want.
That's the one we want.
Yeah.
So it is, what was it again? Light, then...
Denki. It's on the screen.
Denki. Denki ga. Keshite arimasu.
Arimasu, very good. Excellent. This is kesu. And then the intransitive.
Look further.
Which means the light is off.
Kieru.
Good. So the sentence would be.
Denki ga kiete imasu.
Imasu. Very good. Kieru. Excellent. Cool. Luke. Car and stopped. So the car has been stopped.
Kuruma ga tomeru.
Tomeru. Good. Yeah. Tomeru is exactly it. Tomeru.
Tomette arimasu.
Good. Excellent. Tomette arimasu. Good.
And
then the intransitive.
Ga. Oops. Tomaru.
Good.
Tomaru.
Tomaru. Yes,
Tomaru.
exactly.
And
tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, it's only a day.
Kuruma ga tomarimasu.
Do state continuous.
Tomarimashite.
Just that's
Tomatte.
No. Tomatte.
Tomatte imasu.
Oh, yes, exactly. Tomatte imasu. Good. Excellent. Joel, heater and switched on.
Did you say Joe or Jock?
Joel.
Okay.
What's the word for heater?
Well, you can either use heater.
Heater, okay.
But then Andre gets annoyed. Can you show your annoyed face, please, Andre? Like this. So instead, if you want to use the Japanese word, you should use dambo.
Okay.
Dambo.
So is it tsukeru?
Yes, exactly. Tsukeru.
Tsukeru. So the transitive would be dambo ga tsukete arimasu.
Very good. Tsukete arimasu. That was tsukeru.
And now I'm trying to find the intransitive.
Intransitive. You don't have a dictionary handy?
I have a dictionary and I'm trying to use it to find it, but
okay.
So the kanji is like, oh god.
Let's have a look. Tsukeru.
My dictionary doesn't show any other verbs.
To be attached to.
So it's a different one actually, Luke. It's this one. It's the word ten. I wonder if you can just confirm that's correct. All right, it's a little bit funny, isn't it? There we go. This one instead of the other one, I think.
I got a different one on edict.
So this is the one which most people use for applying.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's just that on edict, this says it's got all the things to sticking, like noise, scare, etc.
Are you actually writing anything? Because I can't see.
It's like point.
No. I'm not writing anything.
Oh, okay. Because I was just seeing the okay.
It's kanji for point.
Yeah, exactly. 10.
Yeah.
So for switching on to light up to turn on, Andre, it gave me the 10.
That looks kind of weird.
I've only seen that when I've seen it written. It's only written as 10. I wonder if let's see if the intransitive.
Well, the intransitive should be tsuku.
Tsuku, yeah.
Yeah.
It behaves the same way as the other one as well in terms of intransitive, transitive. So it's tsuku. Yeah.
So it should be danbo ga.
Yeah.
Tsuite imasu.
Tsuite imasu. Good. Exactly. Cool. Good. So actually, Andre, I was referring to your Chinese knowledge rather than your AE Dict using knowledge. But if you thought that one would be better than the other,
I would use I would use the one with the human radical, the one
so
with the human radical.
Nukitsuke notsuke.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure for Denki.
Yeah. It could just be that most people use that one actually. In fact, I think this is normally written in hiragana anyway. So you're saying that one. Oh, sorry. Tsukeru. This one, huh? Yeah. Cool. Okay. Jock.
All right.
Picture and hung.
Eiga or abura eiga. What kind of picture do you want?
Just a painting. Yeah.
Okay. Eiga daidokoro ni.
That's the cat in the kitchen down there. This one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, let's stay hung on the wall.
So good.
Let's do hung on the wall.
Kabe ni.
Yep.
Kakete arimasu.
Very good. Kakete arimasu. Excellent. And then the intransitive, the picture is hung on the wall.
Eiga kabe ni kakete imasu.
So it's kakaru is the intransitive of kakeru. And this is a group 1 verb.
Intransitive has to be imasu, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Yeah, so you just need to turn kakaru into the te form.
Kakate imasu.
Imasu, yeah, so it's double T though. We just remember to make sure that we hit our double consonants properly. Kakate imasu.
Okay.
Cool, good.
Bit incontinence at the moment.
Okay.
Adi-san?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just checked the Yahoo Chiefukuro, and there's someone who's asking what's the correct kanji for Denki Otsukeru. And normally it's just written in hiragana without kanji. But someone has been explaining if you want to write the kanji, then the correct kanji would be to point. So you were correct.
Right.
And the reason is, in the past, we used to say to light a torch, and then we say tomo tsukeru, to point. To point the torch. Right. So we can use it to for electricity too.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Right, okay. Great, thank you. So it's either going to be, I'm going to say I'd normally imagine this being written in hiragana than anything else. Tsukeru. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Andre, you're next, actually. Cat put in the kitchen. I'm going to delete some of these upper ones, guys. Sorry. Actually, Andre, this is going to be a trick one, so let me come back to it. Let me give you a different one instead. Let's do this one. Hang. We'll do it in English though, shall we? Hang outside to dry. This is a useful one to do. Clothing hung outside to dry. You guys see the text still because it's kind of low on the screen. So the intransitive. You stuck on clothing? You're muted at the moment, Andre.
So is it kakeru or something?
So what to dry? There's actually a completely separate one, which is hosu.
Hosu.
Yeah. Like umeboshi.
Umeboshi hosu.
This boshi is from hoshi. Hoshu. Hoshimasu. To dry something.
Hosu.
Yeah.
Kimono ga soto de hoshite arimasu.
Very good. So for clothing, which would include Western clothing as well, rather than kimono, what do we use?
Yofuku.
Yofuku. Yes, exactly. Yofuku. One more time, please, Andre, the whole sentence.
Yofuku ga soto de hoshite arimasu.
Arimasu. Excellent. Good. Yes, exactly. Hosu. Cool. Now, you might need the dictionary to find out the sorry, it's transitive, isn't it? Intransitive. The intransitive doesn't sound much like the transitive, to be honest, except that it begins with H. Right. Guys, I hope you're all busily trying to find hosu in the dictionary.
Kawakasu?
I think so.
It's the same kanji. I think it's the same kanji, but different pronunciation.
Sorry. So it should be like a letter T with a line through it. This hosu.
Yes, that's hosu.
Yeah.
And kawakasu. That's a different kanji.
Yeah, that's for like being a throat being dry, isn't it? Kawaku.
So can I use kawakasu, or I should?
No. Go back to hosu, and there's a verb there which almost is a little bit like hosu, but not.
Hiru.
Hiru, exactly. Yeah. And I believe that's a group 2 verb.
Yofuku ga soto de hiite imasu.
Hiteimasu.
Hite. Yes, it's good too.
Yeah. Cool, good. Yeah, yofuku ga soto de hiteimasu. Great. Taya. Let's do so much choice. Books and arranged or queued.
I should know the verb for arrange.
Right. Narabu.
Narabu.
Although, just a second, I think we have to get these the right way around. If you type in narabu into your dictionaries, and you'll find that that's the intransitive verb. But if you click through it, you'll be able to find out what the transitive is. Which book's that, Joe?
Handbook of Japanese Verbs.
Ah, right. There's that many verbs. Holy shit.
Those exercises.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have one single verb that you need. I need everything but.
I don't know. I can't open this.
Just looking, say disru.
Are you finding it difficult getting through AE Dict, Taya?
Yeah.
Okay, somebody else, can you help Taya? Can you click through it and find it? Joel, you look like you, that's it, exactly. Naraberu. Naraberu.
Andy, what is say disru?
So this is tidy. So you can use it in this case as well to put in order. But I want the actual transitive and intransitive verb. So let's put this on a shelf to make it suitably challenging. Taya. Hey, dozo.
Shelf.
Tana?
Yeah, it's in, you know it already from Japanese, from Iaido.
Tanashita.
Yes, exactly.
Honga. Tana.
Above.
Tana ni.
Can we have it above though, not in the shelf, but on the shelf?
On the shelf.
Yeah.
Tana no ue.
Yep. Tana no ue. Now, what do you think? Ni or de? We'll leave it for a second and come back to it later. And then
Narabete arimasu.
very good. Yeah. Narabete arimasu. Okay, guys. Question is, in all of these cases, should the location be ni or de? What do you think? Kim, let me ask you. Should this be ni or de?
De.
It's ni. Why?
Why? Because it is being there.
Yeah, it's an existence verb. So how do we mark the location if we use imas or arimas?
Yes, with ni.
Use ni, don't we? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You see, I'm bad at gambling. I always pick the wrong one.
I will never go to Amsterdam with you, darling. Okay, and the next one, Taya?
Honga tana no ue ni. Narateimasu.
This has got bu at the end. It's group one verb. What other verbs finish with bu? How do we make the te form out of bu? Sorry, Kim? For example, if I say I'm calling you, so yobu is to call, how do I say I am calling you?
Would it be narabeteimasu?
No.
That would be that.
If you say yobu, you say yonde imasu. So anything that ends with bu, mu, or nu all become, in the te form, become unde, don't they?
Yeah.
So this would be
Narande.
Narande.
Imasu.
Imasu. Okay, good. Right,
Oh,
there we
why
are.
is it so difficult today?
There are good days, there are bad days. David, you there?
Just about.
Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yep, it's very blurry, but okay.
Okay. So the next one is souvenir and broken. So I'm going to give you a minute to look up these words while I just go to the loo.
Okay.
Kim, ik heb nog een truc voor u. Als je werkwoord opzoekt, dan kan je nebu.
Ja.
Maar dat is heel verwarrend.
Ja. Nebu. Oh, lustig.
Slapen.
Ja, to sleep, ja. Dat de dochter ging slapen. Hè? Tom?
Tom, je bent gemute.
Ja.
Waarom Neru? Waarom?
Omdat dat een voorbeeld is van een groep 2 werkwoord. Dus als je groep 2 werkwoord hebt, dan kun je het herkennen omdat er V1 bij staat. Dus als je een ander werkwoord pakt van groep 2, taberu, dan zie je dat daar weer V1 bij staat. Dat wil zeggen dat er een groep 2...
Dat is ook logisch, hè? Dat is ook logisch.
Wat dat is, dat weet ik niet, maar...
Een V1 bijschrijven terwijl dat van groep 2 is.
Ja, maar die V... Ja, maar dat noemt anders, denk ik, voor een ander systeem. Maar als je groep 2 werkwoord wilt herkennen, dan kun je het zien als er V1 staat, dan weet je hoe dat je het moet vervoegen. Dat is handig.
En die in eronder? To kniet.
Ik moet maar een keer een ander intypen.
Into the past.
Ik zal het een keer... Andy?
Ja.
When we use AE-ADICT, am I correct to say if it's a group 2 verb, then it says next to VT, V1? That the V1s are...
Right, so this is using the Japanese educational system for verbs. So group 2 are called shodan verbs. This will be V1, and group 1 are called godan verbs. This might read as V5, I think. And then,
but in this way, we can recognize them easily.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but you have to remember to not think that group 1 is group 1. So group 1 is group 2, and I think group 2 is V5. Or it might, yeah, I think it'd be V5. Yeah.
V5R.
So that means group 1 regular. If it's V5I, I think that means group 3 irregular.
Like that.
Yeah.
Regular.
Okay, David, how are you doing?
I've got omiyage.
Good. Omiyage. 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 Is that how you spell it?
Omiyage.
Sorry, that was just a typo. Is it with a Y? I can't remember. Omiyage or omiyage?
Omiyage.
Okay, thank you.
Omiyage ga.
Yeah.
I've got oreru.
So actually, the one I want you to use is kowasu. Kowasu.
Kowasu. Kowasu. Omiyage ga kowashite arimasu.
Good. Kowashite arimasu. And then the intransitive.
The intransitive. Because I looked up the completely wrong ones, I'm going to.
Sorry.
I'm going to keep on talking while I do this in the background, so that nobody is bored.
Perhaps you can do a little dance on the song.
Da, 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 da.
I was going to say perhaps you could show us your snake, but that might be seen as being inappropriate for young audiences.
No, he started to escape, and then the cat came in, so I've had to put him away. He's in his tank.
Snakes escaped. That snake's on a plane.
Oh dear. Okay, so looking for kawasu.
Kawareru.
Kawareru, yeah. Or yaberu.
Kawaeru or kawareru?
Kawareru. You've also got yaberu.
So these are different things break in different ways. Bones get oriru. Yaberu means something which can be torn or ripped or pulled apart. And something that shatters, like glass, is kawasu or kawareru.
Oh, okay.
Tabusu?
Sorry, tabusu, did you say, John? Yeah, things that could be crushed. Things that crush and then break apart are tabusu.
Okay, so omiyage ga kawarete imasu.
Kawarete imasu. Yes, excellent, good.
Is it rete or rete?
It's a group 2, I think, isn't it?
So it is.
Yeah, okay, kawarete imasu. Cool, good. Right, so officially we've finished the lesson, guys. Let's just, as a matter of interest, just go through and see of these if they tend to fall into group 1 or group 2. So the transitive here, this is group 1. The intransitive is group 2. Here, it's group 2, and then the intransitive is group 1. Then it's group 2, and the intransitive is group 1. And then it's group 2, and then the, and then the intransitive is group 1. Oops, no, I can't get the rest of the screen. Just get rid of some of this stuff, actually. Andre, can you remind me about cat putting kitchen, please? I'll do that in a second. Osu is group 1, and it's group 2, isn't it? And then naraberu is 2, 1. Now, I think what you'll find, guys, is the general trend is that the transitives are group 2 and intransitives are group 1, but you can't rely on this. Something funny has happened with Zoom. Stupid thing. So you can see there's there's 1 or 2, 3 exceptions out of these ones we've done where they swap round. But maybe it might be something like 70-30 that the transitive is group 1 and the intransitive is group 2. But you have to find them out. You have to look for them. As I said, there's a very good website which you can look at, which I've posted on Facebook, which gives you some rough guidance as to how to identify it as being a transitive or intransitive. But these are all rough guides. You basically have to learn verbs. Right, so cat put in kitchen, guys. So apart from Tom, does anybody need this stuff left on the page? Cool. I'm just going to save it, and then I'm going to clear it. Cat put in kitchen. Okay, let's try the transitive verb. Guys, if you want to unmute yourselves and contribute to the general think pool, how do I start this?
Nekoga.
Daidokoro.
Daidokoro.
Ni.
Okay, put.
Oku.
Oku. So this would be, this is a group 1, isn't it? So it would be
Oite aru.
Oite aru. Good. Yeah. Neko ga daidokoro ni oite arimasu. Intransitive. Get me started, guys. Obviously, this first bit's going to be the same, isn't it? Let's just get that out of the way. Okay, now those of you that have AEDICT on your phones, look up oku and find to put or to place.
Okonao?
One more time, David.
Okonao?
Okonao. Now that means to occur. That's a different kanji. You're looking for this kanji, just a second. This one.
Oki.
So that's just the mass form of oku.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't have one.
Doesn't have one.
Oh, doesn't have one.
Doesn't have one. There is no intransitive version of to put. Why should that be?
It's always done by someone.
Yeah, you can't have a intransitive version of placing, can you? What's
Beam me up, Scotty?
If you put something somewhere, you have to put something somewhere. That thing can't place itself. What would be, so forget about Japanese for a second, guys. Just forget Japanese and forget about foreign languages. What would you say in this place?
Imas?
I always use past.
Imas?
Imas, arimas, ikimas. Use this.
In this case, I would say imas because it's a living.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Cat is in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. The cat is in the kitchen. The cat doesn't place itself in the kitchen exactly. You can't really say this in Japanese. But the cat can be in the kitchen. That's it. It's imas. If you want to say the cat has gone to the kitchen, then you could replace this with itte imasu. It has gone to the kitchen. But imasu would do the job for you. You don't have to have a transitive or an intransitive version for every single verb because some verbs can't have an intransitive or transitive version. Okay, guys, any questions before I just give you the final bit for this evening? Anything you want to ask about this? Anything confusing? Any problems?
Luke, I just found
Andre, go ahead.
To switch off the lights, thank you, Kesu. And I just found there's an intransitive word for Kesu, which is sho suru, the same kanji, but different. But it's used. It uses the onyomi.
So this is this is like shobosha, I think, isn't it? Shobosha. Let's see if it comes up. Not that one. Or this one.
Yes.
Using this one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but can you read the kanji again? Can you read the word again, please? Shō-u-su.
Shō-suru. So it's a group.
Oh, sure. Right. Okay. Yeah. So this is right. So this is the regular version of it. Yeah. Shō-u-suru. Let's see if it comes up actually. Yes, there. Yeah. So you can absolutely make a group 3 verb out of it, but it then makes it difficult to decide whether or not is that the intransitive or the transitive?
That's the intransitive. Intransitive. Right. So the transitive is the same kanji.
Yeah. I think
it's kind of confusing.
Yeah. So kieru is often used.
Okay.
But kiru, kiru or kireru are also often used to mean to turn off the light, to mean to cut the electricity. This is also possible. So on light switches, for example, or on circuit breakers, the two symbols for on and off, on is iri, and off is kiri. Oops, kiri. Kiri. Not that one, kiri. So this is also used as a kind of, so sorry guys, for those, this means enter, this means cut. This is used for electricity as well, for turning things on and off, iri and kiri. Yes. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Just to make your life more miserable.
Luke, did you have a question as well?
No, I'm just wondering that sometimes it's the meaning of the transitive and the intransitive sentences are very, very similar or close to each other sometimes. So
yeah, so this was expressed this morning as well. There isn't a huge amount of difference in the overall meaning of a lot of these pairs of sentences. For example, the books are arranged on the shelf and the books have been arranged on the shelf. In English, what difference is there in those two phenomena? Of course, the books have been arranged by somebody because the books can't arrange themselves. I think the only reason why you would want to make a distinction is when you want to make a distinction. When you really want to say, for example, somebody switched the light off, or the light is off. That's the only real kind of useful thing about making these state continuation to decide whether or not to use it into the transitive or the intransitive. As I said to Yadi this morning, I really wouldn't worry about it. In fact, even if you swap these around and put the transitive and put imas, or the intransitive and put arimas, most Japanese will understand what you're trying to say. They're not going to criticize you because your grammar's not perfect in this case. It would be understood what you were trying to say. The meaning wouldn't change if you swap them around. And it also wouldn't really matter if you decided to say the transitive instead of the intransitive. The general states of affairs, like, for example, the window is open, akite arimasu, aite imasu. These mean the same thing. Nobody thinks that a ghost has opened the window or the windows were self-opening. It means the same thing, really. It's just a way of improving our grammar, improving our vocabulary, improving our ability to understand. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Any other questions, guys, before I give the final thing? Any other problem? Okay. Would you mind if I give you some open and objective feedback?
No.
Please.
I say this to almost every group, really. Let me give you an example, guys. All of you are quite experienced in Iaido. If you had been teaching a student Iaido for, say, 60 hours, and they still couldn't get Reiho the right way around, they did Torei before they did Shominore at the beginning, what would you say to them?
Study Reiho.
Iaidoをやめた方がいい。
Okay, so yeah, maybe you should take up golf. or you might tear their head off and scream at them. I'm not here to do that, of course. But what I would say is, at this point, you should be able to do the te transformation of verbs instantaneously. Te is used so much in Japanese language, the te form of the verb, the imperative. You really need to have this like a natural part of your Japanese ability. If you kind of spend time thinking, okay, it's that, yeah, this is taking too long, and you won't be able to understand the sentence because you're not listening to it, because you're still trying to work out what the person's saying when they use the te form on something. Or if you wanted to make a sentence and say something, by the time you've worked out what the te form is, the person you're talking to has probably died or committed suicide. So what I really recommend, guys, is that slide that we've got, which is fairly early on in the slides. Let me just quickly grab it off for a second. This one, which is, yeah, just stop that presentation a second. Stop presenting. This one, which was which I've already done with the beginners group like weeks ago. This one. This, you should really have this printed off and attached to your desk, fridge door, partner's head, or dog, so that you see it at least once a day if you're not completely competent and confident at making TEF form transformations. I know sometimes it's difficult to recognize whether or not a verb is group 1 or group 2. But if it finishes with you, ku, gu, su, nu, bu, mu, then you don't really have an excuse. You should know they're group 1, and you should be able to instantaneously turn them into the TEF. I wouldn't say any more, but that's my constructive feedback, guys. This is something, if you've got it instantaneous, then this will be a massive improvement to your Japanese language skills. So I would stress that you should spend maybe half an hour this week making sure that this is embedded in your head. Okay. I say that everybody in the advanced group has got the same problem, actually. Everybody has a little bit of a sticky point, a tripping point with TEF form transformation. Get rid of it. Let's make it as natural as Reiho. Okay. Cool. Right. Thanks very much for your time, guys. Sorry for the moan at the end. It wasn't a moan. It was just a bit of strongly felt advice.
Andy-san,質問があります。
はい、どうぞ。
What do you use to type in hiragana and kanji when you show us? Is it
so when you set up
installed or
are you using Windows or?
Yes, I use Windows at home and Apple at home. So both.
If you go to the language settings on your computer, there's a thing called Japanese Microsoft IME. Oh, sorry, it's called Microsoft IME. You should already have it installed on your computer, but you might need to install it from the Windows website, from the Microsoft website. And you just need to select Japanese. Let me share my screen with you a second.
The iPad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can you see this down here?
Yes. Yes.
So usually when this is switched off, it just says Eng. You might already have
NLD,
it on your computers. Yes. Can you see?
Where are you,
language? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Look
Yes.
to the
bottom right-hand corner.
No.
Right corner, yeah.
No. Just the Group 1 transformation sheet.
Can you not see my taskbar at the bottom of the screen?
No.
Maybe on phones and tablets, it doesn't show it.
No.
I'm on desktop, and on desktop I can see it.
You can see it.
I'm on the desktop, so I'm on my laptop. I can see it, but if maybe it's on,
can see it, yeah.
Maybe you can't see it on
tablets,
mobile devices or something.
I think you're right. Yeah, you have to be on a computer. But what should appear on the bottom right is, if it's in English, it will be ENG, and I guess it will be.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
if you write, has anybody got that on their screen, on their laptop, on their computer? Rather?
Yes.
NLD. If you right click on it, sorry, if you left click on it rather, does it bring anything up?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
It should bring up language preferences. I think. Can you? Is that on yours, Tom?
Yes. Now it's so I did what you said, and then I get so focus talen, and now I can add a language.
Right. So if you add Japanese.
Add Japanese. It's downloading.
Excellent. Yeah. And then once. This used to be better, actually. You used to be able to use, hotkeys to operate this, but now you have to use the mouse all the time. When you click on it, if you go into Japanese, it then brings up the format that you're typing in next to it. If you right click on this, you can then select hiragana. If you click on it, yeah, it goes between hiragana and romaji. And if you want katakana, you right click on it, and then you can select katakana or half-width katakana, etc. And as David said, you've also got an IME pad. Wait, can you see this, guys? This function, yeah. You can then draw your kanji, and it will give you the best guess based on how badly you can use a mouse.
If you hunt through the settings, you should be able to find a way to turn the hotkeys back on, because you used to be able to do Alt-Shift to switch between languages, and Alt-Caps Lock to switch between hiragana, katakana.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's on. Is that on the menu for IME pad?
It should be in the settings or the language menu somewhere.
Oh, right. Okay. I should look a bit later then. Cool.
Andy, I think if you don't write in the correct order of the strokes, it won't recognize the kanji, will it?
Yeah, this is the same with all stroke recognition. You have to be correct with the stroke order. Yeah.
So if you can't find it, it doesn't mean it's not there. It means probably you've just written it in the wrong order.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Cool.
It's a great way to practice stroke order.
Sorry.
It's a great way to practice the right stroke order.
Yeah. 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 Tom.
So and then so I have it now, and then I select hiragana. It's not ready yet. Then you type in she, and then it puts in the hiragana for she, or is it hiragana that's connected with?
Let me show you a second. Can you now see this Word document that's appeared on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to turn it onto hiragana first. So if I type in ageru, this is me actually typing in Roman, ageru. And it shows it to you in hiragana first, and then you can use either the mouse or the space bar to go through all the different agerus. And then when you're on the right one, you press return, and it imprints it.
It's imprinted. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, play with it. It's really useful. Yeah, write a letter or something. It's really, really useful tool.
I used the hiragana keyboard on a web page, but it's too much work, so I thought it has to be simpler.
Yeah, exactly. It's much more easy to do it this way. Yeah. Great. Okay, guys, enjoy your evening. Thanks for this evening.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you. Print off your Terraform transformations and stick them to your partners. I'll be expecting a photograph of Jonas with it attached on his head, Taya. Well done, Luke. Well done, Luke. Or on Odds's head. I don't mind. Partners or children.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Cheers, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.